NBA draft prospect kay Sotto talk Spurs love for him. Tim Duncan, the 7'3" center from the Philippines, could be an intriguing project for the Spurs coaching staff should he fall for San Antonio for the second round. The San Antonio Spurs have been notorious for selecting international players in the NBA draft, but since general manager Brian Wright took over in 2019, the team has moved toward establishing homegrown collegiate players that most fans have at least some familiarity with. Still, the international player pool in this year's draft is hard to ignore. There's one player many Spurs fans have already taken a liking to, and luckily it seems that the feeling is mutual. Kay Sotto, a 7'3" center from the Philippines who played for the G League Ignite during the 2020-2021 season, has had the Spurs on the radar or sometimes headed into the 2022 NBA draft on June 23. In 2022, he spoke with NetsDaily.com about which team he'd like to join us. He began his long draft process. Talagang nalalapit na at gustuin din siya ng Spurs. Kaya subaybayan natin mabuti ang ating kababayan. I want to say that Spurs, but the Spurs are not in the playoffs anymore, Sotto said. While there wasn't much further discussion on the San Antonio present success, given the lack of recent postseason appearances, Sotto proved he's knowledgeable about Spurs lore when talking about the legendary Tim Duncan, idol niyan and how he's inspired him as a rising prospect. I look up to Tim Duncan, Sotto said. I always see him as the player that doesn't need to trash talk his opponents, doesn't complain. That's just me seeing him always lock in and his winner. That's what I want to be. So iniidolo ni kay Sotto si Tim Duncan. At napakasimple lang. Mr. Fundamentals ang Tim Duncan. You don't hear that kind of praise for Duncan from most young bigs, as the big fundamental is often overlooked by rising prospects in favor of former players that offer a more flashy and exciting inspiration. But praising the greatest player in sports history will only heighten fans' desire to snag Sotto with the second round pick. The Spurs likely won't use the one of their 3 first-round picks on the Philippines native. Sotto offers versatile defensive skills as a shot blocker with nice offensive upside, though he'd need to get stronger to keep pace with bigs at the NBA level. Most projections have him falling into the second round, where the Spurs might be able to snag him at pick number 38. But the San Antonio will have to play its card right after Sotto's agent admitted that one NBA team has been already promised to drop him should he stay available. So may kukuha na kay Sotto, as we actually already have commitments from at least one team that said if he stays in the draft, we'll drop him, Sotto agent said. That's agent Joel Bell. We had that already, where Sotto has a leg up compared to other international prospects in this year's draft in his experience in the G League with the Ignite before leaving the Philippines in February 21 to go play for the Philippines internationally. He got to showcase his skills alongside excitement players from the 2021 draft class like Rockets guard Jalen Green and Warriors forward Jonathan Kuminga. Talagang namalabi na ang pagdadrap ni kay Sotto, at ang Spurs maaaring paglagyan ng ating kababayan. Sotto second round project would an excellent value pick for the Spurs after snagging some surefire talents with 3 picks in the first round. With his love for the Spurs and Duncan already know, his potential relationship with the team could be meant to be. There you go.